And there I have it, 4 panniers. I didn't pack my e-bike batteries back in the 22-liter panniers yet, but they would probably go back in there unless I throw them back in the rack pack bag and put them on the back. So that's that. What's not shown is my handlebar bag, a little 5-liter round burrito bag, and my lunch bag that I keep on the front that sometimes I put ice or other stuff in there. Also would be I would put stuff in the bike. And there it is with the bike. The frame bag contains a few things that I use: light, straps, some minor stuff, key to the battery access panel, and another spare one in the handlebar bag. Handlebar bag's not shown here at the moment. And the cover to the seat is tied underneath. Toolkit, I didn't show that, but I also have that. That goes in one of the front panniers. This is the 35-liter pannier. It goes on the rear, and it's normally set up with just camping gear, but I think I put some other stuff in here for winter, some cold weather, some rain gear. So I'm going to take a look at all of my panniers and see how I packed on my last October trip. That's what was in the 35-liter pannier. Let's take a closer look. Here's an inflatable pillow. It's not put back in its sack yet. Here's another inflatable pillow, about the size of my palm. Here I have the air mattress. It's a thermarest. The tent poles, the footprint for the tent stakes, and here's the tent itself. In here I have the quilt. I've switched down to the 32-liter quilt. I have a 20 degree and a 0 degree that I could go further. Here I have a sheet set that goes over top of the air mattress. It actually helps quiet it down, and it's a little warmer during the winter time. This is about a R7 on the insulation factor, so it's a good winter air mattress. Here I have the water filter. I rarely ever use it, but I pack it anyway. I have a tree saw, an 8-inch tree saw, and here is probably the largest item that's in there, and that's just a jacket, windbreaker. And here is a poncho that normally goes on the outer sack of the 35-liter pannier. And along with that I have bug spray, which I can drop that now because it's getting cold out. And I have Dawn dish liquid, multi-purpose. And that's the 35-liter pack, one of them. It weighed about 13 pounds, all that gear there, including the pannier. The pannier's the most, it's about 3 pounds. So that's about 10 pounds worth of gear. There's the other 35-liter pannier that goes on the rear. So I'll unpack that and show you what's in there. And that's what's in the other 35-liter pannier. So let me go over it. In here I have a puffy coat, insulated. This is a rain jacket. I have a cook kit, which got an assortment of burners, 2 burners in there, and starter, lighter, and some other stuff. Hot chocolate, a breakfast bar. Here I have a canister for the gas for the stove. Here I have rain pants. I don't really have the ideal rain pants. They're very, very light wise, but they take up a lot of volume. Of course, toilet paper. And here I have pullover pants that are insulated. In case it gets too cold, I can pull them over when I'm sleeping and put the puffy coat on as well. Here I have an extra pair of bike shorts, padded bike shorts. Here are pullover sleeves and leggings, a short sleeve shirt, a hat, toboggan cap, whatever you want to call it. If I take that back, this is a shirt. Those are the pullover sleeves for arms and legs. Here's a long sleeve shirt. I have gloves. Those are for all-purpose working. Reflective vest, waterproof socks. And here I normally keep, this is a dry bag, an assortment of cables and other assorted things. Here I have another dry bag of just prescription medicines, Tylenol, cable lock, wipes, water, and here's the bike cover. That's about a half a pound, and that's what's all in the 35-liter pannier. That also weighed about 13 pounds. 3 pounds being the pannier itself. So about 10 more pounds of gear that you see here. Here's my 22-liter pannier. It's one of the front panniers. It's got a battery in there for the e-bike. I can normally carry 2, so the other 22-liter pannier will have another battery in it. I've tried a couple different configurations, so I'm trying this one now. The battery is sitting upright, so that's why the left side is higher than the right, and then the other stuff just fills in between it. So let's see what's in it. So the contents of one of the 22-liter panniers, one of the front panniers. Not much in it, but there's a battery, and in a minute I'll show you what's inside there, what the battery looks like. But there's one e-bike battery. It's a 500 watt, weighs about 7 pounds. There's a tray, working surface for making some peanut butter sandwiches or something. Inside that bag, it's a dry bag. It has 2 of my e-bike chargers and an extension cord. The extension cord has a 3-way, so I can actually charge 2 batteries and another something else, another device like my phone or whatever. Empty bottle for nighttime use inside the tent. Here's a larger microfiber towel, and here's my hygiene toothbrush and stuff, and some zip ties, just miscellaneous I had packed away in one of the packs. Here is just a full face cover, head cover in case it gets really cold out, and a pair of pants. So not much in that one. I think that weighed about 12 pounds, including the 2-pound pannier. And here I pulled out the battery. The battery looks like that. Just an e-bike battery. So let me pack it back up. I put it in this battery bag because I don't want the bottom punching a hole in the bottom of the pannier, so it gives a little more surface area to cushion against. And there it is, the battery all packed back up again. It just clips in here. It's a waterproof bag. Putting the battery inside the pannier isn't ideal, but I had it in a 25-liter rack pack bag on the back rack, but I needed to get more weight off the back, so I put them in the front 2 panniers, 2 of the e-bike batteries. And there's the other 22-liter pannier for the front. I have the other battery here in the battery bag. Right now it looks kind of empty, but this is usually my food bag. And I have a larger dry sack bag that contains my food. Usually peanut butter, jelly, and bread. Always a basic. And then I'll throw in some other stuff like rice, a can of soup, and other such things, snacks. Besides that, I have a bike pump, something to hold my phone when I want to take other shots outside off the bike. And there's a 2.5 gallon bucket that folds down. So that's all for that pannier. All the contents except for the camping and some other things from that I've shown you already. It may swap between panniers, it just depends, but right now it's balanced the way that I had it on my October trip. And on the rear rack, what I sometimes pack is a chair, a pad, a kneeling pad, sitting pad that I can kneel on when I get down into the tent, and also a table. That's about 3 pounds for the chair, a pound for the table, and hardly anything for that little pad there. And there I have it, 4 panniers. I didn't pack my e-bike batteries back in the 22-liter panniers yet, but they would probably go back in there unless I throw them back in the rack pack bag and put them on the back. So that's that. What's not shown is my handlebar bag, a little 5-liter round burrito bag, and my lunch bag that I keep on the front that sometimes I put ice or other stuff in there. Also would be I would put stuff in the bike. And there it is with the bike. The frame bag contains a few things that I use: light, straps, some minor stuff, key to the battery access panel, and another spare one in the handlebar bag. Handlebar bag's not shown here at the moment. And the cover to the seat is tied underneath. Toolkit, I didn't show that, but I also have that. That goes in one of the front panniers.